All right, you guys, welcome back to Roads Untraveled. My name is Marcus, and what we're looking at today is a 2022 Acura RDX A-Spec Platinum Elite. We're gonna go for a drive today. We're gonna see what it's all about. I'm gonna show you what features we have as opposed to the 2021 model, and I'm gonna try and push it a little bit to see what it can actually do, because by the looks of this car, it has a little bit of sport heritage to it, shall we say. So let's put it in, what should we put it in? Sport mode, obviously. That's a dumb question. We'll mat it, see what it does. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Early shifts when left in auto, just before the 7,000 RPM red line. That is 14 kilometers an hour. Interesting to note too, on that hard acceleration, most of the torque was actually being sent to the front wheels there, which is of course thanks to SH all-wheel drive. So under the hood, with all the trim levels on the RDX, you get a 2-liter dual overhead cam, turbocharged and VTEC engine that puts out 272 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. And as you see, hitting the paddle shifts here, that's made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now that's standard across the board. So even if you get the base model here in Canada, starting at $46,900 Canadian, you still get the exact same powertrain. And interesting to note, here in Canada, SH all-wheel drive is actually standard, whereas if you're in the United States, where there's some warmer climates where maybe you don't need all-wheel drive, you are able to spec a front-wheel drive RDX. So that's good. The engines, we'll get into the corners. I'll show you guys what the engine is like, and you guys can kind of see for yourself. As you can see in sport mode, even just 30-40% throttle, it's happy to rev all the way, just about to redline, and I'm not even buried in the throttle. So with the base model, you do get the torquey motor. You do get 280 pound-feet of torque. It's plenty quick here. This isn't nearly as heavy as the MDX, which I drove last year. Standard with super handling all-wheel drive. Super handling, that sounds like a very Honda way to name this system, but it is as standard. This is really impressive what you get here, even when compared to the big German manufacturers, BMW and Mercedes. A lot of their base all-wheel drive systems don't actually have what the RDX has here, which is active torque vectoring via the rear differential. This vehicle has a multi-clutch rear differential, which, thanks to super handling all-wheel drive, is able to distribute torque between the front and rear axles, but also up to 100% of the torque to either the right or left rear wheels, which is huge. So that makes a big difference in not only the way the vehicle rotates, but taking some of the work away from those front tires so that they can actually do what they're supposed to be doing, which is of course steering. So every RDX does have variable ratio. Wow, the bags back there are just swinging everywhere. Variable ratio power steering rack. So here in sport mode, you get a much more dynamic steering feel. That's such a cliche word to use for that, but it's true. It's a little bit tighter. It gets a little bit heavier, but not too heavy. It's plenty quick here. After recently having driven a bunch of these 48-volt mild hybrid systems, Volvo, Mercedes, it's kind of refreshing, you guys, to just have a traditional turbocharged VTEC Honda motor. And what they've really focused on here, rather than the EV tech and the hybrid tech, is just really nailing down these driving dynamics that not only looking at the interior here, but through the suspension and how the vehicle drives has trickled down, yeah, from the top, from the NSX, but really what I'm feeling is from the TLX. And that is pushed further and made more prominent due to the fact that this Platinum Elite A-Spec, which is the top model, has been equipped with adaptive dampers. This is the only way to get adaptive dampers in the new RDX, is to go with the top model. Just being an A-Spec is not enough. Love the way that Acura is able to have a very consistent design language that absolutely pairs with what they're trying to accomplish once you get behind the wheel and start driving it hard. Wow, it's actually freaking amazing how you can feel the torque when I dip further and harder into a corner and then power out, and how it rotates. I can literally feel when the power shifts, when the torque delivery shifts to that outer wheel. And you can see it on this SH all-wheel drive display ahead of me as well. Now, 10 speeds, do we need them? No, absolutely not. The 10-speed transmissions, like, let's stop here. Let's absolutely stop here. And even in normal mode, I have been feeling, you can feel a little, very momentary break in torque between gears, which cannot be said about some of the other higher end dual clutches or torque converter, even 8-speed, like the 8-speed ZF. You don't really feel that. So, A-Spec over the standard base model or the tech package, you do get round exhaust tips, if that's your thing. You do get LED fog lights, LED turn signals. You do get this nice Alcantara interior bit. You get a flat bottom steering wheel, which is different from the traditional round steering wheel. You get different color paddle shifters. And of course, this one's been spec'd with red leather, which I'm absolutely digging. It matches the very silver and red gauge cluster up there. You do also get more adjustments on the seat. So you have adjustable bolsters, which come up on the screen here. And then you have the thigh bit down here, which is adjustable as well. Forgot to mention, heads-up display. That's there too, as well as the 360 camera. So just a few more things that make the RDX a little bit more livable and modern and up to tech. You also, funny to note, you also get an extra airbag. Some sort of side airbag here. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but you do get that. If safety is your thing. See that downshift there? That was lethargic at best. One thing that A-Spec also gives you that I don't feel like a lot of people would note or notice is you actually have more grip here. There's more mechanical grip with the A-Spec due to the fact that the non-A-Specs are fitted with 235 wide tires all the way around, whereas the A-Spec and Platinum Elite are fitted with 255s. A little bit more grip there. The Platinum Elite model I'm driving today is priced at $59,600. Now that would be just over $59,000, but it has been spec'd with this liquid carbon metallic paint, which isn't quite as carbony as I would have initially expected, but it's definitely an upgrade over the standard just kind of silver you get, and it does pronounce a lot of these lines that I'm seeing on the RDX. What a great looking crossover. As well, you do get some A-Spec trim bits here and there, as well on the rear 3/4 panel back there. What would in the base model be body color is black in the A-Spec and Platinum Elite A-Spec. And then for the Platinum Elite exclusively, like I said, adaptive dampers, that's how you're getting that. So if you do want heated rear seats and as well a 12-volt power plug outlet in the back, that comes with the Platinum Elite. So interior, this is very similar to the ILX I drove not too long ago. This is, of course, very reminiscent. Now it's standard, but it is reminiscent still of the NSX and this dynamic mode select switch, which is the biggest knob in the entire dash. A lot of people don't use it very often. I find myself using it all of the time. I don't really hit comfort because the throttle mapping I found is so lethargic, so numb. I generally just kind of go between normal and sport, although comfort, the damping settings are very, very comfortable on the road. It soaks up wonderfully. Interior's nice here. I love this steering wheel. I think Honda makes some of the best ergonomics, has some of the best ergonomics in any manufacturer at this price point, around, let's say, $40,000 to $60,000. And I saw this with the new Civic hatchback, especially the manual. But here, great surfaces. Almost everything is leather. We have soft touch plastic up here. Of course, like I said, we've got the Alcantara. We've got red leather there. And then we have a very, the right amount of piano black here. Nothing that's gonna scratch or touch because you're not really touching any of the piano black here. Overall, it's great. Having the climate control up here in all buttons never moves. I love that. Having a next button and a physical volume knob, yes, thank you. But the one thing that Acura still hasn't gone away with, which I don't think they will anytime soon, is this touchpad here. It's something that, just like anything, I can get used to, and I'm sure you guys could too. It's just not that great. It's not just a standard like trackpad on a laptop. It's wherever your thumb goes, wherever your finger goes, then that's where you touch. So top right corner, you just touch in the top right, and that's what you're about to click. All right, well, there it is, you guys. That's the 2022 Acura RDX. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. Hit me up on Instagram at Roads Untraveled. I'm driving a 650 horsepower Mark IV Supra tomorrow, if all goes as planned. So that's gonna be fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.